sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Wisconsin.
The homestand continues tonight, Monday night at Miller Park. All-star Christian Yelich and the Brewers now 3.5 back of the Cubs in the National League Central. They welcome in the Washington Nationals. That's a fresh face. That's one of the best players in the game right now. Potential Rookie of the Year, 21-year-old Juan Soto. Washington 6 back in the NL East. Monday night here at Miller Park, Milwaukee. We welcome you. It's game one of a 3-game series between the Brew Crew and the Washington Nationals. Big crowd filing in on this Monday night. Brewers trying to get back to winning ways after dropping a series to the Los Angeles Dodgers with a loss yesterday. And hi, everybody. We welcome you from Miller Park. Great to have you with us tonight. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll hear from Sophia Minnaert in just a moment. Well, the Brewers are trying to get their bats back together. They're trying to get another one in the win column. It's been a rough road for Milwaukee here recently. But, Rock, offensively, the Brewers are going to be without Jesus Aguilar again tonight. He's got some hamstring issues, so that leaves a pretty big hole in that lineup.
Yeah, last 9 games, they really haven't been able to get a whole lot going. After a stretch of 9 games where they were very good against Cincinnati, Minnesota, and the Braves, you can see the numbers right there. What jumps out at you is the home runs. Previous 9 games, a home run and a half, every game. But the Brewers rely heavily on that home run ball. But look at what they've done with runners in scoring position as of late. And when you face good pitching like they have on this homestand, Dodgers, Washington, you're going to have to come up with other ways to score runs other than the long ball. Some teams just don't give up a lot of home runs, so the Brewers just got to keep grinding away. They're going to snap out of it, and no better time to do that than tonight.
Well, Jhoulys Chacín will get the ball for the Brewers. He'll be matching up against Gio Gonzalez for the Nationals. And speaking of pitching, the Brewers got terrible news today. Brent Suter left yesterday's game, and the injury is more significant than anybody thought, as we bring in our reporter, Sophia Minnaert. Sophia?
Thanks, B.A., and you're right. Brent Suter left yesterday's game after recording the final out in the 3rd inning, and he was visibly uncomfortable and in pain as he grabbed that left forearm. The team initially diagnosed him with left forearm tightness. It was an injury that he suffered previously in July, 2nd time for him on the disabled list, but the news much worse than what both Brent Suter and the team expected this morning. He has been diagnosed with a torn UCL in his left elbow, placed on the disabled list this afternoon, and so that will end his season. He'll likely undergo Tommy John surgery at a date to be determined, and the rehab timeline for him with that injury will be 12 to 15 months. So on the season, it was a great start for him. 18 starts, an 8-7 record, the 4.8 earned run average, and covered just over 100 innings for the Brewers this season. So we get reaction from Brent Suter on the injury and what a disappointing end to his season this is.
Yeah, yesterday it just kind of got progressively worse to the point where I was feeling pain with hitters in the box, which I've never felt that in my life, because normally when the hitter comes in there, just adrenaline takes over and the pain goes away. So that was kind of a bad sign. I kind of had an eerie feeling, but I thought the worst it would be like a partial strain UCL. Like, I thought it was just still muscle, maybe a little bit ligament damage, but Doc said it was full tear, pretty straightforward. So hugely disappointing, and just setback, but got a new path to take here. Just got to rehab and get back to being stronger than I was before. So it's really tough day.
Well, the Brewers lose Brent Suter for the rest of the season, but they turn the ball now to their most consistent starter, Jhoulys Chacín, leading the team with 22 starts, going for his 9th win of the season here tonight.
Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Hupy and Abraham. Voted best, rated best, Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business. By Miller Lite, great taste and only 96 calories. And by Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Cheeseburgers first. Great tailgating outside Miller Park here tonight. It's a picture-perfect night for baseball. Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the Washington Nationals. He has really struggled over his last 6 starts. The Nationals as a team are 1-5. Gonzalez is 0 for 4 in those last 6. And it was the first 4 starts for Chacin where he struggled this year, but over his last 17, he has been the most consistent pitcher the Brewers have had all year. Making start number 22 tonight. Chacin and Gonzalez, home run derby champ Bryce Harper in the lineup. It's the Brewers and Nats coming up next. Jolie Chacin on the mound for the Brew Crew tonight, trying to get back to winning ways. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minard with you on a beautiful night for the Grand Ole game in Milwaukee. Tonight's game being produced by Brent Reeland, directed by Phil Malika. Dave Martinez, first-year manager of the Nationals. This is a team with a great roster that has sputtered along at 49-49. They won yesterday, beat the Braves, enduring a ton of rain delays to get to that 500 mark. His Potawatomi batting order has Adam Eaton leading off, Anthony Rendon, then Bryce Harper. In the middle goes Ryan Zimmerman, Juan Soto, and Daniel Murphy. Trey Turner, Matt Wieters, and Gio Gonzalez round out the starting 9 for the Nats. And Rocket is Jolie Chacin on the mound for the Brewers tonight.
Yeah, the Brewers have been doing a lot of winning with him out on the mound, making start number 9 against the Nationals. 325 earned run average so far against the Nationals. 3-2 record. Took a no decision against the Pirates his last time out, right before the All-Star break. Pitched well. 5 1/3, 1 hit. Unfortunately, the 1 hit was a homer. There were 2 runs, only 1 of them earned.
Getting a little extra break in the rotation is Chacin. It's been 8 days since he pitched last. That was by design to have him come back around 4th in the rotation after the All-Star break. The Brewers had planned to go to a 6-man rotation until the news of Brent Suter came down today. Suter's going to miss the rest of the year. He's hopeful to be back this time next year. That's about a 12 to 15 month recovery. The UCL tear is going to require Tommy John surgery. Tough news.
Yeah, it is on a lot of different levels. I mean, he's one of the favorites in that clubhouse. He's going to be missed.
Adam Eaton leads the way for the Nationals. Like many of the Nationals, has spent some significant time on the disabled list this year. Eaton was on the 60-day DL with ankle surgery in May. He's just getting back in the mix as Chassin deals a strike. Eaton doesn't like it at all. Fired his bat away, thought it was a clear ball 4.
Nationals dugout is letting Nick Lentz have it a little bit.
That's Kevin Long, the hitting coach. Saw Dave Martinez. Nick Lentz fired that mask off and was giving it to Adam Eaton.
Yep, right back. Looked like it was down a little bit. And he's got to go get his bat and step in that batter's box. I'd swing anything close if I were him.
3-2 the count on Eaton. And Chassin deals and a swing and a liner into center. Kane is there, and that's how the night begins. Nice play in center field by Lorenzo Kane.
Check out the rest of the defense for the Brewers. You got Yelich and Broxton flanking Lorenzo Kane out there in center field. You got Shaw, Saladino, Perez, and Braun. Ryan Braun getting yet another start at first base. Aguilera is still out with that bothered by that hamstring, and Eric Kratz back behind home plate. He was back there last night, I should say a couple of nights ago.
Got 2 Brewers pitchers playing positions here today. Eric Kratz and Hernan Perez.
That's right, he pitched the 9th. Eric Kratz.
Kratz and Perez combined to pitch 3 scoreless innings last night. First ball swinging, Anthony Rendon. It's a base hit. Clean single to center field, and Rendon is aboard. That extends his hitting streak to 11 in a row.
These guys have missed consistency for the Nationals there. Anthony Rendon. The other guys have been up and down, but not him.
And here comes Bryce Harper, fresh off a home run derby title. Dramatic home run derby title. What, he hit 9 home runs or 10 home runs in the last minute.
Yeah,
it was quite a finish. Very entertaining.
He and his dad stole the show.
Yeah, his dad was his BP pitcher, home run derby pitcher. Harper on the first pitch, a fly ball to left. Yelich has a long way to go. Yelich is there to make the catch. Anytime you can erase Bryce Harper on one pitch, that is a bonus.
Yeah, no kidding. And you can see the Nationals not messing around, attacking early in the count. And curveball's been an exceptional pitch for Chassin as of late. Looks like the Nationals want to attack that fastball.
So 2 men are out for Chassin, and here is Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman is making his first start since coming back from an oblique injury. He's been on the active roster through the weekend, so he came back on Friday, but has not played yet until tonight. Has not started anyway. The Nats have gotten great production from a tandem at first base and a familiar face over there. You got Matt Adams, the former Atlanta Brave, former St. Louis Cardinal, and Mark Reynolds, the former Brewer.
And Mark Reynolds with 10 homers.
That's hit sharply. Saladino cannot make the play. Oh, and the Brewers keep kicking it.
Yeah, they were climbing near the top of the league in team defense, but now they're near the bottom. It's been a rough stretch. No coincidence that the losing has coincided with some poor defense. That's pretty routine up the middle, not able to get it.
Now the Brewers have made the decision to go with the bat of Saladino as opposed to the glove of Arcia. And they have not been crisp defensively over the last couple of weeks since Arcia went down. So 2 men are on now. That gives the Nats an extra out. And here comes one of the better young hitters going right now, and Juan Soto.
Yeah, young, the optimal word, right? 19 years old. It's amazing how the Nationals can find the 19-year-olds, huh?
Yeah, Bryce Harper was a rookie as a 19-year-old, was the rookie of the year. And now Juan Soto at age 19 had a 3-hit game yesterday, and he pulls that one foul. Soto had 2 doubles yesterday, was 3 for 4. He tops all major league rookies in plate appearances, batting average. He leads MLB rookies in on-base percentage and OPS. He's hit 10 homers this season. Only the 9th player in the history of MLB to have at least 10 homers as a teenager.
Yeah, see where that one landed? Yeah, hits the ball well in the opposite field.
He's a special player.
They say he shortens up. He's, you know, Joey Votto-like with 2 strikes, chokes up, spreads out. Good understanding of his strike zone.
OPS at 968 coming in. Hitting behind Zimmerman today in the 5 spot in the order. Two on, 2 out. A single and an error. And that one spins in low for a ball. And there's a symbol of his plate discipline that Rock was just talking about. He has taken 2 good pitches that most hitters will offer at, especially young hitters.
You see, he chokes up a little bit. He spreads out in that batter's box and just tries to play pepper with the pitcher, but still has enough power to drive one into the gap.
2-2 now to Soto. Chacin, a great command pitcher, did not walk a batter in his last start against the Pirates on the road. 47 walks this year in 21 starts. And a lot of those walks are strategic in nature, especially in a National League lineup with the pitcher hitting. Doesn't always tell the best story, but Chacin with great command. 2-2 the count.
And the curveball has been a really good pitch for him as of late. He's won 2 in a row, 2 decisions in a row. And the curveball, the 2-seam fastball, he'll drop down a little bit and give you a slider every now and again. Looks more like a slider than a curveball, but you know, Soto's battling him here. He's giving him everything he's got.
Single by Rendon with 1 away. Zimmerman reaches on the error. And another 2-2 pitch from Chacin. Chopper coming in. Saladino. Nice easy hop. He'll make the play to end the inning. Chacin pitches around the error. Nats strand a pair. We head to the bottom of the 1st. Brewers coming up. Are coming up. Keon Broxton is back in the leadoff spot tonight for Milwaukee. Craig Counsell and the crew coming in with a record of 11 over 500, 56 and 45. The Cubs won yesterday, and so the Brewers are 3.5 back to start play today. Council's got Broxton, Yelich, and Kane at the top. Braun, Shaw, and Saladino in the middle. Perez, Kratz, and Chacin rounding out the starting 9. No Jesus Aguilar tonight. Should be back in there tomorrow. Sophia will have more on the Aguilar hamstring injury story. Gio Gonzalez, start number 20 for the Nats. Max Scherzer is their ace. He pitched yesterday. The Brewers are going to miss Scherzer and Steven Strasburg in this 3-game series.
Yeah, that's kind of a break, but I think you like to see those kind of guys here at Miller Park as a fan perspective. Hitters are okay with it. And Gio Gonzalez started the season really well, 6-1, a .210 earned run average, and since that time things have turned for the worse for him.
This was supposed to be one of the best pitching staffs in the National League. And right now the National starters are in the middle of the pack in ERA. They are currently 8th in the National League in earned run average as a group, 4.05 ERA, and that's with Max Scherzer posting a 2.43 ERA. That one catches the edge for a strike, and it's 3-2 on Broxton. Scherzer, the all-star starter for the National League, got the win yesterday as the Nationals beat the Atlanta Braves. And there's ball 4. Broxton draws the walk.
And 49th walk of the year for Gio Gonzalez. That's up a little bit. He's got that fastball, that 91-92. Very good changeup. He'll flip a curveball up there as well. And he's not afraid to come inside. He will bust right-handed hitters inside. Keep them honest.
Well, now the Brewers have a couple of guys coming up in Yelich and Kane who have destroyed left-handed pitching this year. Yelich's season against lefties has been at a career best level.
Yeah, 7th overall in the league with a .333 batting average does Christian Yelich. Kane at .375. Incredible success.
And without Aguilar in the lineup, Kane hits 3rd with Braun hitting cleanup. Brewers are hoping to get closer to full strength offensively tomorrow. Eric Dames is scheduled to come off the disabled list. Could have Aguilar back in the lineup. It will be interesting to see what Council does with his lineup for tomorrow's game, game 2 of this series. Yelich is red hot right now. Right-handers, left-handers, doesn't matter. That one's right back up the box, right to the shortstop Turner, who starts a double play. Schiff got him that time. And a 6-3 double play wipes out the leadoff walk.
Yeah, hit it hard. Fastball right down the middle. Perfectly positioned. Let's check out our Pizza Ranch for the win. The Brewers have to do a better job with runners in scoring position in this 9-game stretch where they've only won 1. They're hitting a little over 200 in those spots. Gonzalez has been good in those spots as well. Brewers have to play ahead. They've been playing from behind quite a bit. Brewers 44-17 when they score first, and the Nationals are a difficult team to strike out, so you got to play some good defense. Already an error on the books for the Brewers.
One of those 17 losses came yesterday. The Brewers got 2 in the first inning against the Dodgers in yesterday's game, and it was an 11-2 Dodger win. Lorenzo Cain with 2 away, a .293 hitter. OPS still over 800. He's at 812 coming into play today. He's trying to set a career mark in that category. Got a career high going in on base percentage, which is near 400. 391 is his on base right now. He's covered all the stats. He's been clutch. He's played a great center field. He's among league leaders in stolen bases.
Well, they haven't disappointed, have they? Kane and Yelich. Not much more they can do.
2 of the 5 All-Stars this year for the Brewers, which is a new franchise record.
See that fastball in. A lot of times it's off the plate, but effective. Opens up that outside corner. He likes to go off speed with 2 strikes. And a lot of times those off-speed pitches with 2 strikes are not in the strike zone.
Little changeup misses away. Gonzalez started his career with the A's, 4 years there, and then was traded to Washington. 7th year as a National.
Best season for Gonzalez, 2012, 21-8.
Ryan Braun due next. Hitting cleanup tonight. 3-2 pitch. Kane fights another one off foul. Gonzalez has been a big winner for the Nats. Their present history starts in Washington in the 2005 season. They were the Montreal Expos prior to that. 85 wins during that time in 7 seasons, and he issues his second walk. So command issues early. A double play has wiped out the first base runner, but now Ryan Braun will bat with a runner at first. Braun comes in with 10 homers, 35 RBIs. Anytime there is a matchup with the Nationals, you think back to that 2005 draft. The first year of the Washington Nationals was the draft that included Ryan Zimmerman and Ryan Braun, among others. Troy Tulowitzki, Justin Upton, some great names in that 05 draft. Zimmerman made it to the big leagues that season. The season he was drafted, he was in the majors in 05, and then Braun, of course, made it up in 2007, was the Rookie of the Year that year. But those two players' careers have paralleled each other, and both have been battling injuries here in the last few years.
They get up there in age, although they're not really that old. They start getting the aches and pains. Ryan Braun, a number of different issues. And you can only wonder how good Zimmerman could have been had he not hurt that shoulder so badly. Started out as a third baseman, a pretty good one, until he couldn't really throw.
Yeah, those were the 2 third basemen in the draft in 05, Zimmerman and Braun. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. They'll check on Kane. Kane has 18 steals, 7th best mark in the National League. Gio Gonzalez, a tough pitcher to run on, though. Holds runners close. He's got a variation of moves. Tell you, Kane's got a big lead, though.
Yes, he does. Kind of a one-way lead, if you will. He's got that big lead, and he's thinking back to first initially.
There he goes. Braun swings and misses. It's a foul tip, and he's sending Kane back to first. Foul tip hits the dirt.
Yep, there's your curveball. He will throw it, and once again out of the strike zone.
Tough break for Kane. He had that one stolen, picked the right pitch to run on. So 1-2 to Braun. National stranded 2 in the first, a single and an error. 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and another check on Lorenzo.
Another guy that gets a lot of mileage out of that low 90s fastball. He gets you aware of inside, then he tries to get you out away. Soft stuff will elevate that fastball. He'll crank it up to 93 every now and again, but not too often.
He's got good strikeout numbers this year, up over 8 strikeouts per 9 innings. 1-2 the count, and Braun strikes out to end the inning. 2 walks and a K in a double play, and Gio Gonzalez with a 0 in the first.
The Brewers, for the second straight day, are without Jesus Aguilar at first base. He sits again with tight hamstrings, but Craig Counsell said he did show vast improvement today from how he felt yesterday, but still enough soreness that they wanted to be cautious and keep him out of the lineup another day. They're hopeful that Aguilar can take another big jump forward in terms of how he feels and be back in the lineup tomorrow. And I did ask Craig if he would consider using him off of the bench. He said he would continue to get treatment today, but would likely be a game time decision for any pinch hitting.
All right, Sophia, thanks for that update. Aguilar anxious to get back in. Daniel Murphy leading off this second inning sends one out. And the Nationals have taken the early lead tonight. Chacin giving up the home run. Murphy, who has been hot over his last 10 games, with his second home run of the season. He has missed a ton of the season after off-season knee surgery.
And only the 9th home run allowed by Jolie Chacin. Pitch down and in. Check it out. And not a good spot for a left-handed hitter, particularly Daniel Murphy, who's getting really hot. When he's healthy, one of the best hitters in the game. And rides one out of here, and the Nationals take a lead.
Murphy's got 13 hits in his last 10 games. Hadn't seen the power from Murphy. Had the very difficult microfracture surgery last October, as soon as the season ended. That is a brutal knee surgery, one of the toughest knee surgeries to come back from. So he missed significant time early in the season. Has been playing a little first base this year as well. Tonight gets to start at second, and he has got the Nationals on the board first tonight.
He's just got a sweet swing. That pitch down and in to a lefty, very similar to that of Travis Shaw. Likes it down, likes it in. Knocked it out of here.
1-2 the count to Trey Turner, young shortstop. Turner has shown some power, not just a speed guy anymore like he was when he came up. He's hit 12 home runs, has 40 driven in as well. There's a spinner, and that's in there for a called strike 3.
Right on the bottom of the strike zone. Turner didn't like it. Nick Lentz not making any friends on that National side.
Just threw him out. I don't know if he threw the manager out, the hitting coach, or the batter himself. Someone's gone. Did he get Kevin Long, the hitting coach?
I think so. I think he's gone. Turner never even turned around once he walked back to the dugout.
Kevin Long is headed back to the clubhouse. Hitting coach is gone. They were hooting on Nick Lentz in the first inning.
Pretty close pitch to be, barking like that from the dugout.
Not one to get ejected on, I would say.
I mean, he's not just barking, he is downright upset. And we're in the second inning.
Former Yankee hitting coach, was with the Mets, but he is gone.
All I have to do is coaching from the showers now.
So Matt Wieters now with one away. Takes a while to get through the Nationals injury scenario. Wieters had hamstring surgery earlier in the season, knocked him out for 2 months. He's just getting back. So there are some reasons why the Nationals have been stuck around 500. They are hopeful they have a finishing kick in them. They still, with just 6 games back in their division, have a chance to make a run in that division. Right now Philadelphia and Atlanta have kind of flip-flopped each other in the lead spot. Phillies are the division leaders currently. I think when the season began, everybody looked at the Dodgers and the Nationals and the Cubs as the front runners to win those respective divisions in the National League. And the Cubs and the Dodgers are at the top, while the Nationals are in third place.
I think there are those that still think the Nationals are going to win the division. They haven't really gotten going yet. You mentioned they're getting some of their players back, but you talk about injuries. There aren't too many teams in baseball these days that haven't been battling injuries, and injuries to some of their key pieces.
3-2 the count, and a wave and a miss. Wieters strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Chacin with the pitcher coming up.
Yeah, good curveball. Well, call it a slider, call it a curve, call it what you want, but that's a curveball in my book. Going straight down, and Wieters not able to hold up. That's a good pitch with 2 strikes. Out of the zone, got him to chase.
2 gone for Gio Gonzalez. Gonzalez has 2 hits this season, 33 plate appearances, and it's quickly 0-2. Nationals get a run on a leadoff home run from Murphy. On 3 pitches, a strikeout for Chacin. Strikes out the final 3 of the inning after the home run by Murphy. 1-0 Washington.
little drumming and some baseball. But it was a tough day for the Brewers as Brent Suter is lost for the season with a torn UCL, but a pair of Brewers are trying to work their way back from the disabled list. This was earlier today at Miller Park. Zach Davies throwing a live BP. That's Eric Thames in the cage there. For Zach Davies, it was a good session. With that moving forward, he'll do a minor league rehab assignment on Thursday with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. That'll be his first step, then he'll likely make 2 more appearances with Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox, in AAA. And for Eric Thames, it was a good step forward. He's been on the field, shaking balls in the outfield. He's been hitting on the field as well. He is eligible to come off the disabled list tomorrow. He told me before the game he feels good and feels like he can be in there tomorrow if ready.
Does anybody pull off a tank top better than Eric Thames, by the way?
I was going to say no helmet. He's in there against Davies and having a good old time. Of course, it wasn't live. I mean, it wasn't like a simulated game where you kind of knew it was coming.
Davies,
yeah, I get you.
In full uni,
yeah,
and Thames in full Hulk mode.
Boy, they need that back in the lineup. I mean, how many games has he won by himself with homers, right? I think 3.
The Brewers would love to get whole offensively. They really haven't been that way all season long. There's been so many injuries. Here's Shaw, and he's going to dump one into left field, a base hit. Travis Shaw leads off the second with a single.
Able to fight one off against Gonzalez. His numbers against lefties have not been good so far this year. Need to get Travis going. Power numbers, RBIs, they're there. Batting average a bit low.
First hit of the game for the Brewers. 2 walks in the first inning off Gonzalez. He turned one of those walks into a 6-3 double play to wipe out one of the base runners. Tyler Saladino now. Tyler committed the error in the first inning, but he has been among those out for early work every day on this homestand. Carlos Subero, the Brewers infield coach, has had Saladino and Nate Orff, Brad Miller, Hernan Perez. They've all been logging some extra work before the rest of the players are even on the field.
Yeah, they're out there today.
2 balls, no strikes. Saladino sends one to left. That is gonna fly off the wall. Shaw running all the way will stop at third. And it's a double for Saladino. Just missed a home run.
2-0 pitch down in the strike zone, and Tyler able to golf it down the line. Just missed a homer. Yeah, good start to the second inning. Brewers barreling it up. Check it out, the 2-0 pitch down and in. Looked like a changeup that Gonzalez flipped him up right off the base of the wall, and the Brewers set up nicely in the second inning. This is where the Brewers need to start making some hay. Runners in scoring position at bats. It's been a rough go of it in this 9-game stretch for the Brew Crew.
Oh, and here is one of the hitters that needs a little redemption, Hernan Perez. He is scuffled at the bottom of that batting order with men on base. Yesterday bounced into that 1-2-3 double play with the bases loaded in the first. When the Brewers get production from the bottom of their order, they are a juggernaut of an offense, because their first 5 hitters, 6 hitters when Aguilar's in there, about as good as it gets. A single and a double, second and third, and Perez pops it up. Trey Turner back in the grass will make the catch for the out. Those are the kind of at-bats that are rally killers, especially when you're near the bottom and you have the pitcher looming. That puts a lot of pressure on the 8th place hitter in Eric Kratz.
He's got to get it done. You got the pitcher coming up. Looked like Perez had a pretty good pitch to hit.
So here is Kratz with one away. Featured a knuckleball yesterday in his scoreless 9th inning against Los Angeles. That made the rounds on social media. That was a beautiful knuckleball.
I'm telling you, it was one of the better knuckleballs I've seen as far as, lack of rotation.
He's going to flood it on in there.
It did not spin once. The spin rate on that was 0.
The second time Kratz has had to pitch in this game. I talked to Craig Counsell about the position players pitching yesterday. He said, I'm not going to use relievers in games like that. I certainly wasn't going to use Chassin, who was in the bullpen. The Brewers starter tonight was just kind of hanging out down there. That's a strike to Kratz. It's 1-1.
It's kind of a much more laid back environment. You know, the bullpen, back in the old days, that was more common than it is today. Kind of news when a starter's down there. Pretty intense in the dugout for the most part. I just like maybe sometimes just to get away from that.
Well, by using the position players, it kind of got them into next day mode. They pitched 3 scoreless innings. The Dodgers probably shifted on the offensive attack. Kratz in the air to left field. Going back on it is Soto. He is at the track. He'll make the catch. Shaw's going to tag. Throw comes to third base, and Saladino retreats. Sac fly and an RBI for Kratz.
There you go. Just missed it. That's what they need. It might not be a base hit, but it's a run. Sacrifice fly, no turn at bat, run in, fastball in. We've seen a lot of those already from Gonzalez. That fastball on the inside part of the plate, inside corner. Almost hit it out.
2 narrow misses by Saladino and Kratz. Shaw scores easily. Soto got off a very good throw to third base, and wisely Saladino retreats. So here is Chassin. Gonzalez deals him a strike. All tied at 1. Brewers cover the Murphy homer to start this second inning. Chassin looking for his first RBI of the season. He's down 0-2. And he got him. Gonzalez returns a favor, strikes out his mound opponent on 3 pitches. Eric Kratz with an RBI to tie the game. We head to the 3rd at Miller Park. Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. By Ascension, coming together to give healthcare a better name. We are Ascension. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world.
Well, it's another 5-county Friday as the Brewers host the Colorado Rockies in the first of a 3-game series on Friday. August 3rd, all 5 county residents can save 50% on tickets for the matchup, and you can book yours by heading to brewers.com/5county.
Monday night at Miller Park, Brewers Nationals, all tied at 1 as we go to the 3rd. Nationals got a homer from Daniel Murphy at start of the 2nd. Eric Kratz with a sac fly in the bottom of the 2nd. Chacin back to work. First pitch curveball is in there for a strike. Back to the top of the Washington order, Adam Eaton. He'll be followed by Rendon, then Bryce Harper. Nationals have already lost their hitting coach. He was ejected from this game the last inning, Kevin Long. They have had an aggressive approach, swinging early in the counts. First-year skipper Dave Martinez, longtime bench coach of Joe Madden, followed him from Tampa Bay to the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah,
He's seen a lot of winning.
Good guy to learn from. Kind of out of the box every now and again.
Dusty Baker's been managing this team last few years. Mike Maddox was their pitching coach. Maddox ended up going to St. Louis, and the former Cardinal pitching coach Derek Lilliquist traded places with him. He's Martinez's pitching coach now in DC.
The messages aren't all that different. It's just who delivers them and how you deliver them can make a difference.
There's Derek Lilliquist. Looks familiar in red, just got a different logo on the hat. 2-2 pitch is upstairs, ball 3. Adam Eaton had 3 hits yesterday. Nationals and Braves played through a lot of rain in DC yesterday. Nationals ended up winning the game. That is a foul ball, not by much. Just missed the bag.
He's had his share of injuries as well. Not moving around as well as he has in the past. He used to be able to fly.
Former White Sox, 29-year-old right fielder tonight. The Nationals and the Braves, Rock, endured 3 hours and 33 minutes, according to their PR department, of rain across 2 separate days. So they had 2 long rain delays. And those rain delays came between the 6th and the 7th innings on those days, including yesterday. Brewers finished their game, and I was listening to the Nationals Braves game. Rains came and they sat for over an hour and a half. So they were a little late arriving than they initially thought.
That's kind of the way it goes. There's been a lot of weather in that neck of the woods down there. But they got it in. They got a win.
3-2 the count, and a ground ball. Saladino's got it on a hop. Throws him out for the first out of the inning. It's a good battle there. A 9-pitch at bat for Eaton. And Chacin able to get the out, 1 away in the 3rd.
That gave him everything he had. I mean, every one of his pitches he threw to Eaton, and Eaton able to get a piece of it. These guys, especially the top of the order, I mean, they're tough to strike out. I mean, they do put the bat on the baseball. 3rd fewest strikeouts in the National League. So they make you work.
Here's Anthony Rendon. He's on the first pitch, fouls it back. Had a clean single to center field on the first pitch his last time up. Rendon's hit 15 homers this year. He is among league leaders in doubles as well. 25 doubles this season. 7th best in the National League in that big ballpark in DC. This guy's always been a good hitter.
Yeah. Underrated around baseball. Yeah, you're right. He should have made the All-Star team. Good numbers. Good third baseman.
You can tell the good hitters by the way they defend him. Brewers are pretty much straight away. The spray charts are balanced.
And the Brewers very rarely, if ever, play a guy this way. I mean, that's back in the old Jim Gantner days, that defense. Robbing you out at short, Gantner, Cooper.
Traditional alignment.
Yeah, looks crazy, doesn't it?
The traditional is the unusual these days.
Look at that defense, how unusual.
Look at that. Everybody is standing where Abner Doubleday thought they might.
Right. Oh, boy.
You know, he really didn't invent the game.
Yeah, no.
Alexander Cartwright.
Yeah, I know. You ruined that for me.
Just saying.
Many years ago.
I mean, it fits the narrative, but he kind of took credit for something he really didn't do. Shame on him. Abner. 1-2 to Rendon. On the ground to short. Chacin dropped down a little 3/4 that time, and a bad throw, and Saladino commits another error.
Yeah.
Cannot lob the ball to first base with Rendon running.
He got underneath it, and it kind of got away from him. Braun had to get off the bag, and another error on Tyler. As routine as it gets.
Can't do it.
Yeah, and Rendon running hard down through the bag and able to beat it. Another error for the Brewers. They have been very poor defensively in this stretch.
Second error for Saladino. And now Bryce Harper will bat with a man on instead of 2 outs and nobody on base. Again swinging at the first pitch, fouls it away. So this is a down season for Harper. 24 homers, 4th in the league, 56 RBIs, leads the league in walks, and made his 6th All-Star team. He's only 25. 7 years in the big leagues, he's made 6 All-Star teams.
Yeah.
But his batting average is a lot lower than normal.
Power numbers are there. I guess, you know, RBIs at 56. I mean, a little bit down.
He has set a high standard for himself. Last season at 338, 25 and 75.
I think regardless of what he does this year, he's going to have some big numbers coming his way next year.
Yeah, including in the bank account.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's got
a bunch of zeros.
He's got a major contract coming his way. Maybe a $350 million deal. Primarily because of the success he's had and the age in which he has had that success. Broke in as a 19-year-old. One ball, 2 strikes on Harper. Harper does strike out a lot. 3rd most strikeouts in the National League currently. 106 Ks on the season. Any negative stat you throw at any pitcher who opposes Harper would be brushed off, because he's one of the biggest threats in the game.
Yeah, make a mistake, you're not going to get it back. And regardless of the strikeouts.
There are 3 players with 25 home runs in the NL. Jesus Aguilar, one of them. Matt Carpenter and Nolan Arenado, the other 2. And then there's Harper. Oh, that one just missed. Full count now.
That took a little off right there. Just missed that outside corner.
Ryan Zimmerman due next. Runner at first, 1 away. All tied at 1 here, and Harper launches one foul. Yikes. That one had some heat on it. Souvenir. You like those souvenirs in foul territory when the opposition's batting.
Yeah, better wear a glove if you're going to try and grab that one.
Let it stop rolling. Had it all the way. Home run derby champ Bryce Harper. Chassin in a 3-2 count. Got a long pause, and Harper strikes out. Took something off. Harper out in front of it, and out number 2.
And a little change up, maybe a little split. That's a pitch that he's been throwing a little bit more often. Chassin. See what it is. Actually, slider, my mistake. 80 miles an hour. Didn't really break a whole lot, but it was the speed that got him.
Yeah, you're right. Had that little, what do you call it, the cement mixer look to it. It just kind of hung up there, but
it spun but didn't move.
The velocity had Harper out in front. 2 outs now. Here is Zimmerman.
It's like the old cement truck you pass on the street,
yeah,
right?
I get it.
It's spinning around, but this goes straight. It doesn't curve.
Thank goodness. It's just spinning.
Yeah.
It's like my brain on most nights. Just spinning around, not going anywhere. Chassin has started to throw that split change, though. That's been a good pitch for him this season. Just implemented that this year. He was never able to throw a changeup. And a guy with so much international experience, pitching in the Caribbean all those years before he became an established starter. It's almost an automatic that guys who are pitching year-round, like Chassin did for so many years, is going to have a decent change of pace, right? But Chassin was never able to throw one until this year. He split the grip, put the thumb to the side, a la Raleigh fingers, and it's been a terrific pitch for him.
Yeah, Raleigh had a terrific splitter. A true splitter, went straight down.
Jeremy Jeffress throws that same pitch. But for Jeffress and for Chassin, it's more like a changeup, meaning it doesn't just dive to the ground. It doesn't have that bite to it.
And whichever way you want to call it, it is a changeup. I mean, the way you grip it and release it, it can vary, but you know, anytime you take a little bit off the fastball, that's a good old change of pace.
That's what he was trying to find, a change of pace to a left-handed hitter. Something going away from a lefty. That's one thing Derek Johnson has helped him implement. 3-1 to Zimmerman on the ground, but a man is there, and Perez will go to first for the out to end the inning. Chassin works around another error. 1-1 game, bottom of the 3rd. Brewers have the top of the order coming up. Broxton, then Yelich, the red-hot Christian Yelich, followed by Kane.
National League East teams meeting at Marlins Park, and Freddie Freeman put the Braves on the board right away with a 2-run homer to left center field, scoring Charlie Culberson. That was off of Marlins starter Jose Urena. That gave them an early 2-0 lead, and Atlanta currently leads that game 7-1 in Miami in the top of the 7th.
It's a battle. That wild card race. Brewers lead the Braves right now by a half a game. You got the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, the Red Hot Pirates are in there. Pittsburgh has won 9 in a row. Swept the Brewers in a 5-game series. They've not lost yet. They are smoking hot right now. All tied at 1 here. Nationals Brewers. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Broxton leads off. The Brewers leadoff man tonight. One of 8 different players the Brewers have had lead off this year. And you figure if Thames is back tomorrow, he'll be in that spot. He's been hitting leadoff. He or Kane. If Thames does return tomorrow, and Sophia reported earlier that he's eligible tomorrow and says he is feeling like he can return tomorrow, then Brewers are going to have some firepower available in the lineup tomorrow, more so than they've had all year, especially if Thames and Aguilar are both available tomorrow, because if Jesus is ready to return, then you know he'll be in there.
Especially important for a team that relies so heavily on the home run ball.
Where does he play them all?
They'll find a spot for him. Right now the bat plays. That Aguilar at third base. Ryan Braun getting a few starts at first.
3-2 the count on Broxton. Keon walked his last time up. Broxton's done a good job defensively while he's been here, and he's had a couple of moments offensively. Was a big part of the Brewers win against the Dodgers. They beat Clayton Kershaw. Broxton with a single. Thinking about 2. An aggressive turn forces Harper to get to it quickly. Broxton is on with a single to start this 3rd inning.
Yeah, his at-bats have been much better. That's a good 2-strike approach right there for Keon. 3-2 pitch. Watch him go down and get it. Levels off that swing. Actually, the back knee on the ground to try and get low and level off that swing, and hits a bullet up the middle.
Like Adrian Beltre right there.
Yeah, well done. There's some speed to lead off the 3rd.
Keon is a blazer on the bases. Has 3 bags this year. He's been caught once. Stole 21 last year. He's only been with the Brewers in the big leagues for 22 games now. He spent most of the year in AAA. But he was a 20-20 player last year. Over 20 homers, 20 stolen bases. Christian Yelich down in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Yelich has hit in 11 of 12. And in that stretch, in those 12 games, he has 22 hits. It's a hard streak. There goes Keon. Yelich is swing and a miss. Throw to second is late. A stolen base for Broxton.
Well, if he could just get on base more, he could be a force. Incredible speed, good instincts on the bases. Weeder's throwing out base runs about a 30% clip this year. Not much on that one. Brewers must have something on Gio Gonzalez. You saw Kane take off. He had a really good jump, and Broxton had a good jump there.
Both of those pitches were on curveballs. There's a pickoff attempt.
Yeah, but the jumps are really good.
Yeah. You wouldn't know what pitch it was when you first take off. That's right. Weeders used to have one of the best throwing arms in the game. He had surgery, elbow surgery. That was not a good throw. He just got off there. See if Yelich can pick him up. Game's tied at 1. Nobody out, 3rd inning.
If nothing else, get him over.
Yelich hit the ball sharply his first time up, but he hit it right at the shortstop Turner, who was shading the middle. Turned into a double play. Two-two to Yelich. Tried to pull it. At the very least, a ground ball to the pull side would get Broxton to third.
And leave it up to Kane and Braun. Play some small ball.
Yelich, a first-time All-Star this year. He was knocking at the door a couple of years in Miami. Never got the selection. Made the most of it this year. He hit a home run in the All-Star game. Opposite field homer. Those are two foul balls, but that gives you an idea of what Christian Yelich can cover at the plate.
And down and in, up and away.
Way up and away.
Yeah, that was one to strike, and that's where Gio Gonzalez gets most of his strikeouts, on pitches that are off the plate.
He pairs that big curveball with the high fastball. Yelich able to fight it off. 2-2 now. A check on Broxton. He's ready to run. And Yelich strikes out. Back upstairs, and this time Yelich misses. One away.
Second strikeout, third strikeout actually for Gio Gonzalez, right at the top of the zone. Middle in, up. And Christian not able to get the bat head out on it.
Now to bring up Lorenzo Cain. Cain drew an 8-pitch walk in the first inning. Saw a lot of Gonzalez pitches. Nationals have done their homework. They know the Brewers like to steal third base.
They like to steal, period. They lead the league in stolen bases. Yeah. Washington Nationals are second, but it's a bit deceiving. It's really only two guys, Turner and Taylor.
Got Taylor out of the lineup tonight. He's second in the league. In the dirt. I'll tell you, Wieters is kind of amazing the way he blocks pitches. It's not the traditional block. He's done it a couple of times tonight. He's a big catcher, but it's a one knee kind of throw the body in front of it, but not on both knees getting low. It's almost like an infielder would take a hot ground ball.
That'll catch up to you at some point.
Seems like it.
That baseball hit that shin guard, go flying.
It's got like a standing pick. Another pickoff try. What do you think, Rock?
Well, he uses his glove. That's what he's counting on. I mean, he's not using the body. He's doing that just to be able to do the old Johnny Bench, pick it with the glove.
That's a gold patch on that glove for a reason, by the way.
Yeah. Who are we to say?
He is a gold glover. Gonzalez deals to Cain, and into right field. Coming in is Eaton. Broxton back to second base. 2 outs. Used to always be the book on the big catchers, right? Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to block, if they're going to be able to get down. And did you ever find that as a challenge? You were an excellent defensive catcher.
Yeah, well, fastballs are tough to get down on, but I mean, you call a breaking pitch or a changeup. I mean, you got to expect it in the dirt. There's no excuse. At least not to get a get your body on it. You might not keep it close every time, but I mean that's the thing. I mean, catchers are expected to block off-speed pitches. Maybe not fastballs, because you know you caught. They're tough to get down on. You don't expect them in the dirt.
I was already in the ground. Little guy like myself.
You were low enough to start,
just,
right?
Yeah, just kind of plopped right down. I was much closer to the ground than you are.
We had a lot more girth, a lot more area to block that pitch.
Surface area. Let's take it in the mask. Here's Ryan Braun.
But as good as Johnny Bench was at picking it, he never really got down. I mean, he just would pick it backhanded. He did more to mess up young catchers than anybody. Nobody can do what he did.
Johnny Bench had more Little League coaches saying, don't do what Johnny Bench does.
Yeah, but coach, he catches every one.
He was the first to really utilize the break in the catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
The actual glove that had the break in it, as opposed to the old-fashioned catcher's mitt, which was just a flat piece of leather with a small pocket in it. Catchers used to have to catch two-handed back in Bob Uecker's era.
Yeah, did you ever see their hands or fingers?
Oh, pointing every which way.
Yeah.
I used to know an old coach was a big league catcher, Ray Cott, with the New York Giants. He could just stick his hand out and point at 4 players on the field.
Right.
Different players. All at the same time.
Yeah.
You, and you.
Right. Felt bad for those guys. See, Manny, he doesn't have any broken fingers. He keeps that hand behind his back.
Stephen Vogt the same. A couple of catchers hanging out together. 1-2 to Braun with Broxton at second. Bouncing ball to Murphy. And the Brewers strand a runner at second base. Got a leadoff single and a stolen base. Gonzalez puts up a 0 in the third. New home of the Bucks opens up next season. Now is the time to lock in your seats. Season ticket packages for the 2018-2019 season are on sale right now. You can purchase yours today at foxsportswisconsin.com/events. Looking forward to the new arena. Going to have some concerts in there beginning in about a month, a little over a month. Beautiful baseball venue here, Miller Park. Retractable roof, and it is wide open tonight. The moon is out, clear skies up above. Picture perfect night in the summertime in Wisconsin. Chacin deals a strike to Juan Soto starting this fourth.
Boy, man, you paint a pretty picture. That was awesome.
So back to my radio days.
Makes it want to get out in out that parking lot and start firing up the grill.
I say we do that. They don't really need us. Not when you have Phil Malika directing in that truck. It is a gorgeous night. Yesterday the roof was closed to start the day. There was rain everywhere. Never really rained, but it was all around the area and threatening. But then they were able to open the roof about the 6th inning, and it was a great night last night. You know the old phrase, the sun will come out tomorrow, right? Well, it actually came out yesterday after the Brewers were down 11-2, so able to wipe that one clean yesterday.
Right. So it wasn't a complete loss.
Chelsea with a quick release, missed it low. He does that every now and then. Hitters always wonder when they see it for the first time if that is illegal.
Man, it's legal. If you're in the box ready, do whatever you want.
Three-2 the count. Soto fouls it away.
It gets him thinking up there at the plate, even if you don't throw it for a strike. Now he's going to be thinking about it, Soto. The rest of the hitters for the Nationals saw that.
And he'll throw various pitches with that quick release too, not just the fastball from there. Pitching coaches don't advise that. They want you to have fluid mechanics, repeatable mechanics.
Right. Veterans a little bit different.
Chacin deals and a swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball. Soto took a big cut with 2 strikes, out number 1 of the 4th.
Nice pitch.
5th strikeout for Chacin.
Ends up right down the middle of the plate, but look at the break on that baby. Good pitch, had him out in front. All right, that's been a good pitch for him.
Good look inside the glove as he changes the grip. Chacin's fascinating to talk to about pitching. The finger pressure he puts on between his index finger, his middle finger, how he makes different pitches move. I mean, he is a pitcher's pitcher.
Yeah, it's called shaping pitches. That's what they call it. You have a fastball that moves 3 different ways. That's 3 pitches that hitters have to be aware of.
Murphy pulls this one down the line. That's going to hook foul. Murphy launched one out in the 2nd inning. For the Nationals' only run, just the 2nd home run of the year.
And down and in.
StatCast powered by AWS. Left about 103 miles per hour. Hit at 384 feet.
Threw on pretty much the same spot that last pitch, but he hooked it foul.
2-1 to count on Murphy. Hitters never really know how important their knees are until they have an injury. How important their knees are at the plate, their lower half.
Solid foundation. Yep, real important.
2-2. Got him. Chacin with a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. Number 6 for Jolis.
Yeah, both of them coming on breaking balls. This one he catches the outside corner.
That was one of those so bad it was good curveballs.
Yeah, it didn't do much. Stayed up, didn't it?
Can we call that a cement mixer also?
No.
No.
That had a little break to it. You know what we're going to say about that? He did that on purpose. That was by design.
Effectively.
He wanted to stay away from down and in.
I got it.
So he went up and away with it. It's good pitching.
See, that's why you're such a great teammate as a catcher.
Nice pitch.
Way to go. Way to go, Jolis. That's a bunt. That's a fair ball. Turner. Wow. Throws the helmet, throws the bat, throws everything. He's out.
What's he doing?
Hasn't even been tagged out yet. Firing off all his equipment. Frustrating night for Trey Turner.
Oh, boy.
And the inning is over. 3 up and 3 down. That's not a great look.
is now available for a lower price. For just $82.99, you can access HD streams of all out-of-market games on over 400 different devices, plus enjoy a free MLB At-Bat Premium subscription when you sign up. Learn more by visiting MLB.tv today.
Gio Gonzalez back to work. Travis Shaw with a swing and a miss. Start the bottom of the 4th inning. Shaw had the first Brewers hit of the night. That was a single in the 2nd. He scored on a sac fly by Eric Kratz. Nationals got their run on a Murphy home run.
The score of that is a 1 unassisted on Murphy. Not bothering to run. He was called out because he didn't attempt to run the bases. That looks bad.
Oh, talk about Trey Turner.
Yeah.
1 unassisted on.
Yeah. Well, Jolice had the ball.
Well, I know he had the ball. I'm thinking like maybe the catcher is closer, but it doesn't matter. Whoever's got the ball there.
We're going to have to go to Tim O'Driscoll on that one.
I don't know how to put it in my book yet.
Right.
I have not made the entry in my book just yet. I just put an O for an out.
Out. Just or an X.
Or as Phil Rizzuto used to put, WW. Wasn't watching. Shaw bounces one foul. No, I was watching. It is officially a 1 unassisted. You're right.
So,
but he never tagged him.
Right. Well, he didn't have to because he was walking to shortstop. So you give up your opportunity to run the bases, and that's an out.
So if he hits a ground ball to short, and then he just starts walking back to the dugout, is it a 6 unassisted?
I don't know.
It's tricky, man.
You know what they need to do? They should have got a ruler, a tape measure out to see who's
closer, like they do in golf. Who's away?
Still, it just looks bad. You don't run.
Two and two the count on Travis Shaw. Look out. Curveball missed. I think Chacin was ready to tag him, wanted to tag him, but Turner started throwing equipment in the vicinity.
He wasn't going to chase him to shortstop to tag him, that's for sure.
(3-2). Shaw takes ball 4. Leadoff walk. Brewers have their leadoff man on for the 4th consecutive inning.
Yeah, 2 walks, 2 hits.
Only one of those leadoff batters who have reached have scored. Here comes Saladino now. Tyler almost hit one out in the 2nd. He doubled off the wall, hit high up on the left field fence. Missed a homer by a couple of feet.
You got a changeup. Hit it hard to left.
One and one the count on the Brewers shortstop, Saladino. Not only was Saladino out working early on his defense, he also spent extra time with Darnell Coles on his hitting. They were deep into the mechanics during batting practice today, trying to get the foot down, the timing mechanism of that front foot.
Yeah, if you have that high leg kick, you have to put the front foot down before you start your swing. That, in theory, is the way to do it. When your timing is off a little bit early, a little bit late, that's what makes that high leg kick so tricky. Everything has to be working perfectly.
Count goes full now, 3-2.
The idea of the high leg kick is a way to keep your weight back, not drift toward the pitcher. Balance on that back leg.
Perez due next.
Same idea as a pitcher, right? Balance on that back leg before you start the home plate.
Saladino's been a good hitter for the Brewers. Kind of slowed this homestand a little bit. 3 for 12 now. He draws a walk. So Shaw and Saladino with back-to-back walks to start the fourth. And the Brewers in business once again. They've had a lot of traffic on the bags against Gonzalez. Here comes Hernan Perez with 2 on and nobody out. Hernan did have a hit yesterday. He recorded that hit as a pitcher officially. After he pitched his first inning, he came to the plate, even though he started the game at second base. So that counts in the pitcher's batting average category, according to the rest of the pitchers. I don't think the official Major League stats see it that way.
You know? Oh, he's pitching, right?
Well, I don't see Perez's name in the pitcher's column. Hernan has 2 hits on the homestand. He's 2 for 10. He's got 2 on, nobody out. He could use a big hit.
Yeah, Brewers doing a good job laying off that off-speed stuff out of the strike zone. You lay off that, make him come in with that 91-mile-an-hour fastball, you can do some damage.
Darnell Coles, the hitting coach.
He's had some sleepless nights.
Now the offense has really struggled here in the last 9. Can be a hit or miss offense. It is a team, the Brewers, that rely heavily upon the home run ball.
And when you're facing good pitching, you're not always going to hit the home runs. You got to execute. Runners in scoring position, advanced base runners.
Perez has a hitter's count. 2-0, 2 on. Went back to the changeup, and Perez out in front of it. 2-1.
Throwing a lot of them. Change up on the 2-0 count.
Perez had good numbers against Gonzalez coming into play tonight. Had homered off of him. 5 hits at 13 at-bats. Pulls that one through. Base hit. Shaw's going to be held around third. Soto's got a great arm. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. A broken bat single for Hernan Perez.
And stayed back long enough and able to muscle it out into left field. Got that one up just a little bit. Another changeup. He's throwing a ton of them. And because Perez was laying off the changeup that was down and out of the zone, Gonzalez forced to get one more up in the zone, and Perez able to single on it.
Big opportunity for the Brewers now. 8th place hitter Eric Kratz coming up. Got the pitcher due next. Game is tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Kratz with a sac fly, responsible for that lone tally. Two walks and a single. Brewers have 4 hits. 4 walks against Gonzalez. There's a curveball, misses. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, not biting, are they? Really good job by the Brewers to be patient on that off-speed stuff that is very rarely in the strike zone.
.20 pitch. Kratz on the ground, and it's gloved by Turner. Long throw to first. Scooped by Zimmerman. What a play. A run is in. The Brewers take the lead Kratz is thrown out, but collects his second RBI.
Yeah, big play by Trey Turner. Yeah, good range and able to throw that one from his knees. That was a strike to Zimmerman. Yeah, pretty good play. And once it got by Rendon, you thought it was going to be a base hit, but check this out. From his knee, sidearm, and a good pick by Zimmerman over there at first.
Yeah. Well, we have seen some shortstop play by the opposition on this homestand. Manny Machado, and now that one from Turner. Infield is in now with second and third, and Chacin takes a ball. Almost walked right into that one.
He's trying to drop down a bunt, maybe bunt it towards second base. Maybe Saladin will get a jump and be able to score.
One away in the inning. Brewers take the lead here, 2-1. And Chacin fouls it away. Took a big cut. 1-1 now.
He's had some base hits. He just hasn't driven in a run yet this year.
6 hits for Chacin. It won't take much to get Saladino home on a fly ball to the outfield. Nationals have good arms out there all the way around. Soto and Harper have cannons. Eaton's always had a good, strong, accurate arm as well. Infield is in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chacin trying to bunt. Bunts it foul. Safety squeeze. Chacin's always been able to handle the bat as a pitcher. He's a career 192 hitter. That's respectable. Down in the count, 1-2. Trying to make contact here. And he pulls one through. A base hit. Saladino is in. Joely Chacin with his first RBI of the season makes it 3-1 Milwaukee.
Well, 7th hit of the year for Chacin, and now he's got an RBI. Infield in, not much range when you're in on the grass like that, and Chacin able to roll one into left. Good at bat by Joely. And the struggles for Gonzalez continue. Got that one up in the zone. Little one-handed hack, able to hook it out of the reach of Rendon into left field.
Dare call him a batsman right there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Playing a little pepper. Derek Lilliquist to the mound to chat with Gonzalez. RBI number 1 for Chacin. And gives the Brewers a 2-run lead. 3-1 now. Still just 1 out. Now back to the top of the order. Self-inflicted inning here on Gonzalez with back-to-back walks to start the inning. Here comes Keon Broxton.
And bottom of the order doing a good job tonight.
See Broxton's night at the plate presented by Wendy's. That single in the 3rd. And then a stolen base in that inning. Was stranded at second. He's been on both times. In the role of run producer now. And he pushes the bunt to the right side, coming to the plate, and the tag. He hasn't touched the plate yet. Now the out call.
How can you do that? What is he waiting on?
Perez trying to get a hand on the plate. Finally steps on the plate. Usually when you don't see a call from an umpire, it tells you the runner hasn't touched the plate, but then he rung him up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why.
It's going to be an interesting replay here.
Well, Sean Barber not making any friends tonight. This is a pretty good play by Zimmerman. Pretty good flip. Yeah, he gets him right there. Yep, he's out. And he never did tag the bag or tag home plate.
It's a good play by Wieters, isn't it?
Yeah, good play by Zimmerman as well. Got him right on the back of the arm. Arenado never did touch home plate.
So the correct call. First and second. Broxton trying to push a bunt through that gap between the mound and first base. Good play by Zimmerman to get the out. 2 gone now. Here is Yelich.
Man, not a bad idea. Keon Broxton, his idea was to bunt it towards second base. You got to get it by the first baseman and by the pitcher. Just didn't bunt it hard enough.
On the ground to first. Zimmerman is there, and that will retire the side. Well, the Brewers get an RBI from their pitcher. Chassin with his first of the year. He and Kratz drive him in. It's 3-1. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
We're back at Miller Park. The Brewers score a pair in the 4th and take a 3-1 lead now as we head to the 5th. And on Saturday, August 4th, fans at Miller Park can enter a special raffle to win the jersey off of a player's back immediately after the Cruise contest against the Rockies. The players will also sign the jersey before giving it to their respective winners. So the tickets are $5 each, and all the proceeds will help support the Aurora Healthcare Abuse Response Programs.
All right, Sophia, thanks. Good stuff there. Always great to support the Brewers' wives and all that they do under the guidance of Katina Shaw and Cecilia Gore. We head to the 5th inning from Miller Park on a beautiful night. Brewers have taken the lead. 2 runs in the 4th. RBIs from the 8 and 9 hitters, Kratz and Chassin. Kratz has 2 RBIs tonight. Matt Wieters will lead off. It'll be Wieters, the pitcher spot, Gio Gonzalez, and then to the top of the order and Adam Eaton. Chassin's given up 1 run, a home run by Murphy. That was to start the 2nd inning. Wieters was a strikeout victim in the 2nd. After that homer in the 2nd, Chassin struck out the side. Got Turner, Wieters, and Gonzalez. Cleaned up that inning quickly. He's only given up 2 hits.
They only gave up 1 hit his last time out. That was against the Pirates. 5 in the 3rd, 1 hit.
Spinner in there for a strike. 1-2 now. Shift is on for Matt Wieters, the switch hitter. And he's trying to beat the shift.
Yeah, he was fooled on that curveball. Pretty good location on it.
Former Baltimore Oriole. Stayed in the Beltway from the Orioles to the Nats. And a called strike 3. Now Wieters upset.
Yeah, pretty good pitch right on the inside corner. Two-seamer came back and caught the edge. Started in, a little late movement, and Kratz able to stick the landing on the inside corner. Good pitch.
That is Jhoulys Chacin's 5th 7-strikeout game of the year. That is his season high. His career high is 12, if you're wondering, as he throws a little breaking ball in for a strike on Gonzalez. Chacin struck out Gonzalez on 3 pitches in the 2nd inning. He's got him 0-2 here. Got him. Another K. Season high for strikeouts for Chacin. That is number 8.
And a lot of them coming on that breaking pitch. And it's been a dandy tonight. And for strikes early in the count, out of the zone late in the count. Chacin's done a good job getting ahead tonight. 14 of 18 first pitch strikes. That'll get you some outs.
No doubt. There was an error in the 3rd, but Chacin has not allowed a hit since the Murphy homer. That one just missed. Adam Eaton back at the top of the order, 3rd time through now. 3-1 Brew Crew. Play with 2 outs in the 5th. A strike in there. 1-1. Seven in a row retired by Chacin since the error by Saladino. Had 4 in a row retired at that point. 11 of 12. He's pitched around 2 errors tonight. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. Both scoreless frames for Washington. On the ground, knocked it down. Saladino gloves it, throws it in time. A 1-6-3 put out. Chacin took a little heat off that ground ball. And a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th. Shutdown inning for Chacin. 3-1 Brewers. We head to the bottom of the 5th. First, you can join Chris Carter, Nick Wright, Jenna Wolf. Best morning sports show on television. First things first, weekdays on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Your morning routine just got a whole lot more fun. What kind of gibbous we looking at there, partner?
Waxing gibbous.
Nice.
Yep. I looked it up because it looks so nice up there in the sky.
Prevalent.
Out in right field.
It's Lorenzo Cain, and first ball swinging, a hot one right to Rendon. And there is out number one. So we're in the waxing gibbous mode. How close to a full moon are we? A few days?
I can't answer that.
A couple days maybe. So it goes waxing to full to waning.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I've been called out on that a few times. Walking around town, and we have some astronomers out there that have told me that I'm not completely accurate. So I'm going to stop guessing.
You know what? You say it like you mean it, because it's when you're at the bar and you do that, it sounds great.
I got my weather app and it says waxing gibbous. So there you go.
Makes sense. It would be waning on the backside of the full moon, right? It's waning.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that from what I was told.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not as simple as just that.
Well,
the gentleman was really nice about it. I forget who it was or where I was, but he said he really enjoyed my moon analysis, but it was wrong most of the time.
which is right about par for everything else.
I try.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, I say it with conviction.
Right. Ball and a strike on Ryan Braun. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Back up the middle, hit the glove of Gonzalez, right to Turner, a jump throw to first. Out number 2.
And we have a full moon July 27th.
All right, that's 4 days away.
We'll be on the road.
San Francisco and LA on the next road trip. A full moon in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Hope it's a clear night on the bay.
It'll be chilly. So pack warm.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Remind Matt LePay that.
Okay. Matty, bring a jacket. You're not going to need it in LA, though. It's going to be near 90.
Coldest winters or summer in San Francisco.
Right.
Two outs for Shaw. He scored twice tonight. Been on twice with a single and a walk. Travis Shaw on the Powerball home run leaderboard has 18 on the year. All 18 of those home runs against right-handed pitchers. Aguilar leads with 25. He's also the National League leader. Jesus not in the lineup tonight. He's been dealing with tightness in the hamstrings. Hopeful to be in the lineup tomorrow, Sophia reported.
A couple of days off. Unfortunate the timing of it with 2 lefties.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The Brewers are facing their 4th consecutive left-handed pitcher as a starter. Rich Hill, Clayton Kershaw, Alex Wood yesterday, and now Gio Gonzalez. That is rare. Tomorrow, the Nationals have a right-hander on the mound, Jeremy Hellickson. He's been good for him this year. Got some time on the DL. Tanner Roark will pitch on Wednesday. That's a day game Wednesday. 2-2 pitch. So the Brewers are going to go Guerra and Peralta for the remainder of this series. Hellickson and Roark for Washington. And then 4 in San Francisco. Shaw strikes out. Gonzalez with his best inning yet. 3 up, 3 down with a K. 3-1 Brewers as we go to the 6th. Mobile, and Jolie Chassin has been on point tonight.
Yeah, whether you call it a slider or a curveball, it's been a very effective pitch for him. He's been able to drop it in for strikes early in the count and then get some chases late in the count. He's got 8 strikeouts, and by my count, 7 of them on the curveball. The only fastball that he's got a strikeout on was that back door or front door two-seamer to Matt Wieters. So that curveball exceptional again for Jolie Chassin. It's been a good pitch for him now for maybe 5 or 6 starts.
Key stretch of hitters in the 6th inning. Chassin facing the heart of the Nationals order. Rendon leads off. He'll be followed by Harper and then Zimmerman. Bryce Harper is 0 for 2. Zimmerman is 0 for 2. Rendon reached on a single in the 1st inning, and then he reached on an error in the 3rd. Josh Hader getting loose. Might see him against Harper next if Rendon should reach.
Another good one right on the edge.
Now on a 2-0 pitch that gets you back in a count. Curveball from Chassin. 2-1. Gassed him up with a fastball. Got it right by him. 2-2 now.
Yeah, big curveball on the outside corner, and then the two-seam fastball off the inside.
See what he does here. 2-2 the count. And that breaking ball is fouled back. That was right down the middle. Glad to have that one back. But that's Chassin's game. He's trying to get the hitters in between, right? Late on the fastball, ahead of the breaking ball.
Yeah.
He's done it well tonight.
Neither one of these two starters throwing all that hard, but effective with the fastball.
2-2 now. And it goes full. Bryce Harper due next. Brewers lead by 2. Trying to keep the bases clean with Harper coming up. And a swing and a miss. Struck him out. It was a high breaking ball. You could tell Chassin didn't like the location. But it is good enough for a strikeout to start the 6th inning. Number 9.
Another one of those that was so bad it was good. Actually hung too much underneath it. Big swing by Rendon and gets another strikeout. Number 9.
Maybe he's found something here. You throw the pitch that doesn't break like the hitter thinks. Spins like he thinks, but it doesn't break like he thinks.
Well, the high fastball's been working. Now the high curveball seems to be a good
like
pitch.
it. I don't know if that's possible. I'm just saying whatever he's got, just bottle it up. Throw the fake curveball.
You know what it is? It's just being unpredictable. I mean, these guys not sure what he's going to throw at any time. I mean, that 2-0 curveball that he threw to Rendon there got into his head. You throw a curveball 2-0 and get a strike. Hitters really can't figure what you're going to throw next.
That was a sharp slider in there on Harper. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Harper flew out on the first pitch in the 1st inning. Struck out his next time up in the 3rd. Ground ball. Braun is there. He'll flip it to Chassin, and there is out number 2. And Harper is 0 for 3. I bet Ryan Braun took about 20 or 30 ground balls at first base just like that today. Craig Counsell was hitting the ground balls with the fungo bat, and he was hitting top spin ground balls like that. I thought he was just a bad hitter hitting fungo. Like, he keeps missing the barrel of the bat, but he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, these coaches aren't bad fungo hitters. They do it on purpose. You're right.
It's amazing.
You know, the other thing Bronny's been working on a lot is that flip to the pitcher. It's not as easy as it looks. You got to follow the flip, the underhand flip. You got to keep going so that ball doesn't shoot right high in the air. And he's done that once early in the year. You know, bad flip, but he's been working on it.
Was a call yesterday that was changed to an error on Braun, that pop up into right field. So Ryan was out there today taking ground balls and those top spinners and he was waiting back too to get that second hop, which has the tough spin. Ouch. Chacin drills Zimmerman. Got him right in the back. That one bit him. And a 2-out base runner will bring the tying run to the plate. It's the last thing Chacin wanted to do there.
Yeah, no kidding. Now you got the kid coming up. It's a tying run. He's saying, I'm all right. Get back in the dugout. You're not going to do anything to make you feel any better.
Well, he knows one base runner is the end of the night. Got him on the belt. And Counsell will take no chances with the powerful left-hander coming up in Juan Soto. He is going to make the call to the bullpen for Josh Hader. Into the night for Chacin. Terrific start. 5 2/3, holding this heavy-hitting Nationals lineup to just 1 run at this point. Punches out 9. Did not walk a batter. He will exit with just 2 hits and 1 run allowed. The Murphy home run. And will give way to Josh Hader with the left-hander Soto coming up.
Well, Josh Hader, 33rd appearance, a 2-0 record, that 144 earned run average. Last pitched on Saturday against the Dodgers, 2 scoreless innings that included 4 punch-outs. This guy's been lights out. Had 1 bad outing on the last road trip, but other than that, that 144 earned run average and almost 2 strikeouts per inning.
A team that strikes out a lot, 3rd most Ks in the National League, the Nationals. And Hader is on to face Soto. Hader pitching in the Nationals park at the All-Star game. Gave up the home run to Gene Segura. It's 2 scoreless against the Dodgers on Saturday. Soto late on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Power against power. These two bring a lot to the table here. Hader with that powerful left arm, and Soto can let it loose. His splits this year, how about that, Rock? He's hit .380 against left-handed pitching.
That's because he likes to go to the left field. Opposite field hitter against lefties. Let's see what he does against Hader.
Cut and a miss. 1-2 now.
And now watch him spread out that stance, choke up a little bit. And this is where he's dangerous into left center. Brewers are giving him some room out there.
Soto had 3 hits yesterday, 2 doubles. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Hader deals a 1-2 and a breaking ball misses. Aren't many left-handers take that pitch. He might be the only 19-year-old left-handed hitter that can take that pitch.
Yeah, he gets that head down in there, doesn't he? He just follows that ball into the catcher's mitt.
2-2 is upstairs. Well, Zimmerman will start with the pitch. Crowd trying to help him out. Full count, 2 outs. Soto is the tying run at the plate. Here's the payoff. Little tapper. Hader spins, gloves it, and dropped it. And the inning continues.
Well, probably another error for the Brewers. Let's see how they score it, but certainly a ball if he's able to take his time and get the out. He rushed it, wasn't able to grab it, and Soto was on.
Had 2 spins on this, one right here, and then trying to spin and make a play there. That's a tough play. That'll be a base hit.
Yeah.
Certainly out of the ordinary. He was going to have to deal with Soto running down the lane. There wasn't a lot of room to throw anyway.
Plus he's left-handed, making it more difficult.
So the inning is still alive for the Nats with Daniel Murphy at the plate. Oh, wow. Close shave. Murphy right across the knuckles and the chin. He was waiting for the pain on that one. Looked like the Matrix up there.
Wondering how he got out of the way.
That's a great look at it there. That was close.
Yeah.
It's a career flashes in front of your eyes. 2 on, 2 outs. Big hitter for Hader. Murphy launched one out of here on Chacin in the 2nd inning. Strike. Fastball in there right down the middle.
What has made him what he is this year has been that slider. His slider has been a much better pitch for him. He's not just a guy rearing back and throwing as hard as he can. He's got an idea with that slider. It's been a good pitch, particularly against lefties.
Murphy, a career .281 hitter against left-handed pitching. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's late, fouls it back, 1-2 the count.
If you throw the slider to this guy, you better get it down. Even maybe bounce it. He stays right on it. Either that or elevate the fastball out of the zone.
All-star Josh Hader in a big spot in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tying run at first. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. Hader delivers. Inherits one and strands him. Nationals come up empty. The spinner by Hader. And it's still 3-1 Milwaukee. We go to the bottom of the 6th at Miller Park. Josh Hader comes on and gets through the 6th inning. Chacín finishes with 5 2/3 innings, just 1 earned run allowed, and a season-high 9 strikeouts. He is in line for the win. And now the Brewers coming up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gonzalez still on the mound. Tyler Saladino will lead off for Milwaukee. And strike 1.
I thought Jhoulys Chacín, last 2 starts, he's given up a combined 3 hits. 1 hit in Pittsburgh, 2 tonight. That's not bad, is it?
Got a chance to put one in the win column, which didn't happen in Pittsburgh. He's been great. First 4 starts, so-so. Last 18 have been excellent. He's been the most consistent Brewer starter throughout the course of the year. Brewers gave him a little extra break with the All-Star break, so he had 8 days between starts and didn't affect his command at all. Matter of fact, it was probably his best night in that category. 9 Ks, no strikeouts.
Yep, he left with 100 pitches on the nose. Good outing again.
1-2 to Saladino.
This is part of the batting order that's done all the damage tonight.
Saladino has been on twice, a double and a walk. Perez has a hit. Kratz has driven in 2 runs out of the 8th spot. Chacín had an RBI. And I would venture to say that Chacín's hit was one of the biggest ones of the night. That was with 2 outs. I beg your pardon, with 1 out and a 2-1 Brewer lead. He stretched it into a 3-1 score, which is where we are. Curveball strike right on the outside corner. Saladino is strikeout victim number 5 for Gonzalez.
Well, take Mr. Baseball with you wherever you go by picking up a limited edition Bob Uecker talking bottle opener given to all fans at the Brewers series finale against the Rockies on Sunday, August 5th. That's all courtesy of Palermo's Frozen Pizza. For tickets, visit brewers.com. What do you think it says?
Perez on the ground to third. Out number 2. Maybe get up. Wait a minute. That's better for the alarm clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're
So
a
it's a
bottle
bottle
opener, what are
opener.
you saying? I don't know.
What do you say when you open a bottle?
Yum.
You think it says that? Our director does. He's got a lot of lines. I mean, he's not just a one-trick pony, Bob Uecker.
Right. I mean, he kind of shapes that line too. Get up, something else. Maybe not get out of here, but
The alarm clock that he had.
get out of bed.
Yeah, get out of bed.
Right.
Get up, get up, get out of bed.
That's what I said. He changes it.
Kratz takes a ball high. I don't know. If you walk around long enough with Bob Uecker, you hear a lot of people shout at him, "Must be in the front row," or "just a bit outside."
Yeah.
He loves that.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-1. Two and 1. Eric Kratz takes a curveball low. 3 balls and a strike. Nate Orf is on deck. Jeremy Jeffress in the bullpen, so that's going to be a partial inning outing for Josh Hader. And there's ball 4. So Kratz draws the walk. And Craig Counsell will call on his bench. He's got a 5-man bench. Nate Orf will pinch hit.
Yep, 2 lefties, now 2 righties left on the bench. Not sure if Aguilar's available, but Manny Pena's over there. Brad Miller and Brett Phillips, the lefties.
Justin Miller starting to get loose with that crossfire action. And Gonzalez as a starting pitcher, hoping to stay around long enough to give his offense a chance. But another base runner, and you might see a pitching change. Brewers lead 3-1. Runner at first, 2 outs. Nate Orf at the plate. He's about due for one. Has just 1 hit in the big leagues this year. He is 1 for 20. That 1 hit was a home run on the 4th of July. And he singles back up the middle. Hit number 2 for Nate Orf. First and second with 2 away. Back to the top of the order now.
And nice. Yeah, bottom of the order has been really good tonight. Been talking about that, including the pinch hitter here. Curveball this time. Orf waits back and barrels it up into center field. Gonzalez left that one up just a little bit. That's all it took for Orf. Shoots one right over the second base umpire's head.
And that's going to be the end of the line for Gio Gonzalez. Dave Martinez, the manager, on his way. A pitching change in the 6th. The Brewers are threatening with 2 outs. Got the top of the order coming up. We'll set up the new Washington hurler after this.
And tonight's Tavern of the Game winner, Jack's Tap and Portage. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Light Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin. And Miller Light used to be 8 o'clock. Reverting back to maybe 5 years ago.
It's that waxing gibbous.
Yeah.
Say hi to all of our friends in Portage watching the game tonight. Brewers lead 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gio Gonzalez out. In is Justin Miller. And Craig Counsell will counter. Brett Phillips will pinch hit for Keon Broxton. Going with a left-handed batter here and a very accomplished center fielder as well. 2 on, 2 out. Chance for the Brewers to add on. This guy looks like he's going to throw it into the third base dugout.
Yeah, what makes him effective is what makes him inconsistent with that delivery. You talk about a repeatable delivery early in the game with Chacin. This is a difficult delivery to repeat consistently and get a release point. He throws hard, this guy.
Looking squarely at his back. as a left-handed hitter if you're Phillips. And that one misses. 2-0 the count. A benign beginning to this inning for Gio Gonzalez. Had a strikeout and a ground out, 2 outs, nobody on, but then a walk to Kratz, the 8th place hitter. Orf with a single, the pinch hitter. Now Phillips. Ball 3. Gonzalez walked 5 in this game. Phillips taps his chest, says, "My bad, sir." Mr. Lentz, home plate umpire. He was about ready to start to sprint to first base.
"I'll hit you, umpire," he says. I'm sorry.
That's the opposite approach that the Nationals were taking earlier, which got their hitting coach ejected. 3-1. Phillips slashes one foul out of play. Nice catch.
Red Phillips got a couple of huge hits in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, the Brewers would not win that game, and 4 RBIs in 2 at-bats. At-bats have been few and far between, but they have been better lately.
Phillips has spent most of the year in AAA. Just 22 plate appearances this season. 2 on, 2 out, 3-2 the count. The runners go. Phillips pulls one foul. Phillips and Broxton were the 2 on the outside looking in after the acquisitions of Kane and Yelich. With no Kane and Yelich, Phillips and Broxton are in the big leagues all year. But they're here together now. Kane and Yelich are both active as well. Both were having good seasons in AAA. Got to give them credit. 3-2 the count. Here it comes. Runners go, and a swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove. Actually hit the mask, I beg your pardon.
Second time that Wieters has gotten popped.
And I think it bent his mask. He needs a new one. That's a direct hit. Smash the crossbar. Oh man. Ouch.
I think that doesn't hurt. It does. That is a head scrambler right there.
I assume he's got to head back into the tunnel for a new mask. Or do they try to bend this one back? I don't know. What's the mask protocol for a big league catcher? Do you carry 2?
Oh yeah, you got plenty of them. Yeah, that's a different one.
With the blue crossbars on it. That one rattled him a little bit.
Yeah. Probably needed a minute anyway.
I don't know if they're going to rule this as a mound visit or not. I think that's what he was discussing with Nick Lentz, the home plate umpire. This would be the 3rd if so. We only get 6 now. We have rarely seen that get close to the 6 number. We haven't seen anybody go over it yet.
Nobody's run out.
Yeah, that is the 3rd mound visit. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kratz and Orf on the bases. They'll start up with the pitch. Brewers lead 3-1. And an inside move, throw to second, and safe is Kratz.
Pretty good play, pretty close. Had everybody in the ballpark picked off but Kratz.
Dave Martinez wants to give his people time to take a look.
He's running, but he better get back. Trey Turner just a little bit too far behind the bag to be able to make the tag. The throw beat him by plenty. Man missed him.
He kind of held that hand up, didn't he? Stopped the slide, and Turner went right by him. Quick thinking by Eric Kratz. Full count to Phillips. Here it comes. Runners go, and it's ball 4.
Pretty close that pitch, too.
They are loaded up with 2 away. And with Yelich coming up, Dave Martinez on his way to the mound to go get his right-hander. Got a lefty ready to come in. Brewers have a chance to deliver a knockout punch here in the 6th inning. One of the 2 lefties in the Washington bullpen. And Martinez will make the call. Sammy Solis coming in. Brewers have loaded the bases with 2 away. Will set up Solis after this. The bases, 2 walks and a single. And Christian Yelich coming up. Last time he had a big hit against the lefty was Saturday against Clayton Kershaw. Game-tying home run in the 6th inning. Powerball home run number 12 for Christian Yelich. Entered play today, top 10 in the league in batting average. They'll face Sammy Solis, one of the 2 lefties in the Washington pen.
And look at the split. So against left-handed hitters, 3 home runs at .255 batting average. Right-handers haven't touched them. Interesting choice.
Swing and a miss. Solis just got called up on Saturday. No balls and a strike on Yelich. Takes a fastball up and away. 1-1. Christian is 0 for 3. A couple of hits against Solis in 6 at-bats. One ball, 1 strike. Outside. 2-1.
Christian's been so good going to left center against lefties. Been using the opposite field center around to the left field line. Stays on that slider nicely.
The Crew have been searching for that big hit for about 2 weeks now. 2-1. Yelich pops it up, slicing, headed for the seats. 2-2. Council does have Jeremy Jeffress ready to come in to pitch the 7th inning. Hader was able to get through the 6th inning. Got the final out of the 6th. But a hit here, a home run here, could change the managerial strategy the rest of the way. Brewers lead by 2, looking for more. 2-2 the count. And Yelich slaps one foul. Yelich has been so good against left-handed pitching, doing what he just did, going the other way.
Man, just staying on it. Not trying to do too much, but still has the power to drive the gaps, hit him out. Trying to cover that outside corner, but still quick enough to get to a pitch in on him.
2-2. 3-2 now. And now all 3 base runners will get a head start. Davey Martinez knows this is the moment of the game right here. Full count. Here it comes. Runners go. Yelich a bouncer, and it's through. Gets by Zimmerman. This is going to get down into the corner. 3 runs are going to score. Yelich on his way to 3rd. 6-1 Milwaukee.
Well, just incredible success against lefties. It was all fastballs except for the first pitch. Yelich able to turn on it. Not a very good effort down at first base. Gets by Zimmerman all the way down in the corner, and Christian Yelich with a 3 RBI triple.
Badger Mutual Insurance run to the game.
All this coming with 2 outs and nobody on.
Here's Lorenzo Cain.
Bottom of the order once again, setting the table.
It was a very awkward attempt by Zimmerman. Goes as a triple. Extends Yelich's hitting streak to 7 in a row. 3 RBIs gives him 50 for the season. And it's 6-1 Milwaukee. Game changer right there.
Such a good job staying on some tough pitches that were away from him. And able to turn on one inside. That's what we just got done talking about.
Two of those runs belong to Gonzalez. One of them belonging to Miller. I'm sure Zimmerman would like to have that one over again.
That's one of those top spin ground balls you were talking about that Craig Counsell was working on with Ryan Braun. Sometimes they can be tricky. Got an unusual effort by Zimmerman. Didn't get in front of it. Just kind of played it off to the side and all the way in the corner.
3-1. Cain fouls it back. Zimmerman thought it was going to be a hop right to him, but it had so much top spin, just ate him up.
He's got to go after it. I mean, if he goes forward, he catches it on the first hop. He didn't play it very well.
He's replaying it in his mind. You can tell.
Of course, it's easy to say up here, but you know, when you're down in the line of fire down there, you just don't know.
It's kind of like a curveball pitch, right?
Yep.
It's going to break down.
Sometimes when you hit that top spin bouncer, you don't know how far they're going to go in the air, and he's kind of confused on it. Lorenzo looking to get back on speaking terms with his bat.
He did have a couple of infield hits. I think he's on whispering terms right now.
He's been a little bit frustrated in this at bat. He's had a couple to hit that he's missed.
Going to be an 8-pitch at bat. Cain trying to pick up a run. Walked his first time up, and he fouls another one back. 2 outs, nobody on. And the Brewers have had 4 straight reach.
Bottom of the order. Got it going.
Frustrating night for Gonzalez. 3-2 pitch. Kane strikes out to end the inning. But Christian Yelich delivers again. 50 RBIs now on the season. Just cleared the bases with a triple. And from 3-1 to 6-1. The All-Star Christian Yelich having another big night at the ballpark.
Brewers take a 6-1 lead as we head to the 7th. And the big story in baseball, a tremendous outing by Daniel Ponce de Leon, making his major league debut. And all he did was go 7 no-hit innings on 116 pitches. So he had just 3 walks, 3 strikeouts on the night. Again, he would go 7 innings and would leave with 116 pitches. And an incredible comeback story for him. It was just 15 months ago in May of 2017 that he took a line drive off of the head while pitching in a AAA game with Memphis. So he had to undergo emergency brain surgery, had to go through a long rehab, wasn't back on a mound until May. And so just an incredible debut for him, and the Cardinals will go on to lose that game. The Reds would actually walk them off and win it 2-1.
Yeah, that was a 2-run bottom of the 9th for Cincinnati. Great story there, Sophia. Daniel Ponce de Leon. I thought his career might be coming to an end. And I don't know if you had a chance to see that video, Rock. It's out there on YouTube, but it is scary. There's a shot back to the mound and backhanded by Perez. Nice play. Well, the 3-run triple by Christian Yelich allows Craig Counsell to bring Brandon Woodruff into the game instead of Jeremy Jeffress.
Yeah, we saw Woodruff on Friday against the Dodgers. Yeah, a couple innings, 4 strikeouts. He did go for a 3-run home run to Kike Hernandez in that start, or in that appearance. But still a pretty good effort, except for that home run. And Jeremy Jeffress was up and ready, but looks like he's a little bit relaxed right now.
Yeah, feet up, 10 toes up. Just how you want to see one of your premium relievers. Brewers have a 6-1 lead in the 7th. By the way, Christian Yelich now hitting .330 against left-handed pitchers this season.
Yeah, just incredible stuff for Yelich. He has been red hot lately.
Changeup from Woodruff had Wieters out in front. This is one of the benefits that Counsell has with this group of pitchers coming up from AAA. Brandon Woodruff, Adrian Hauser, Jorge Lopez, who is here tonight, added to the major league roster. These are pitchers that have been used. Corbin Burns is on that list. But these are starting pitchers in AAA that have come up and been able to give multiple innings at the end of games in games like this when you have a sizable lead or a sizable deficit, and those are huge innings.
And guys who can give you multiple 2-3 innings if need be. All of them have great stuff, and nobody has better stuff than that guy right there, Corbin Burns.
He was terrific on Saturday against the Dodgers. He went 2 scoreless. Coming in for Anderson, then Hader went 2 scoreless. Knebel closed it. Brewers bullpen had to pick up 5 innings on Saturday, and then Suter left the game with an injury after 3 innings. There's a ground ball. The shift is on, and Wieters defies it. A base hit. Here comes Mark Reynolds, former Brewer. Had the most memorable game of the year in the big leagues when he drove in 10 in a game.
Yeah, 10 of his 25 RBIs in one game.
Had 2 homers in that game.
Yeah.
That was earlier this month, back on July 7th. He was 5 for 5. 10 RBIs. National League Player of the Week. A week's worth of production. It's good to see Mark before the game today. Had a nice chat with him. He loves Miller Park. As a power hitter, who wouldn't?
Yeah, right. A little different in Washington. Not as much of a hitter's park. But nobody can hit him any further than Reynolds when he gets a hold of one.
He and Matt Adams have done a good job at first base as a platoon, sort of a platoon. They've had Murphy play there a little bit. Zimmerman got his first start at first base tonight. I always thought Mark Reynolds was an underrated first baseman defensively as well. Had a huge year last year with Colorado. 30 and 97.
Yeah, no kidding. It's always been an area we can pitch Mark Reynolds with that big fastball up in the zone. Don't leave it down. He will hit it hard.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Woodruff deals, and a little cue shot right off the end of the bat. Braun hits Woodruff covering the bag. 2 outs in the inning.
Nice little changeup after a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He drops an 88-mile-an-hour changeup on him.
Isn't it amazing, Rock, that the 2 things that Ryan Braun worked on today have come into play in this game? The flip to first and the top spin ground ball to first base.
Yeah. Always working. I mean, I think a lot of people think these guys show up at about 6 o'clock. Suit up, you know, go out on the field. Of course, probably they think they get there a little bit earlier than that with batting practice and everything. But these guys are out early. They get here 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hitting the cage. They go through some video. They're on the field early doing some defensive work. It's you and I that show up at 6.
Right. Right before the airtime.
No sense in getting here before the food's ready to eat.
Right. That's pretty much our line. Birthday cake in the booth today, thanks to Sophia. She doesn't eat birthday cake, but the rest of us took it down, no problem. Happy birthday, Sophia. There it is, Rock.
4 candles.
Yeah. I don't know if that's 22 or 31 or 40 or I don't know. I never asked her what her age is.
Let's just keep it sub 40, BA. But you guys are great teammates for helping me with the birthday cake.
Oh, you're welcome. We had a lot of visitors in the booth today for some reason. Even the writers came in the booth today.
And they never come in here.
Last time the writers were in the booth is when Tony La Russa blasted us.
Yeah.
Called us Bush League. How dare he? That's not true. You're not Bush League.
No, you had it the other way around.
Oh yeah, you called him Bush League. That's right.
And I did not call him Bush League. See, that's why that's why we had the discussion.
Oh yeah, I knew it was something like that.
I said it was a Bush League move. That's a little bit different than calling a guy Bush League.
That's right. Woodruff with a strikeout to end it. He didn't mean anything by it, Tony. That was a long time ago. That's a wound. That's an open wound. Bush League.
Join the Brewers for African American Heritage Night presented by Aurora Healthcare on Friday, August 3rd, along with a seat to the game. Each special ticket package includes a Brewers snapback hat and a special gray and blue color scheme. Learn more at brewers.com/theme nights.
Ryan Braun ready to lead off for Milwaukee as we head to the bottom of the 7th. And the Nationals have gone back to their pen. And Braun on the first pitch fouls it back. That is Sean Kelly. Numbers for Kelly with his 33rd appearance of the season.
Good numbers for Kelly. 33rd appearance, 276 earned run average, more strikeouts than innings pitched. On a batting average at 194, so pretty good work.
Justin Miller, Sammy Solis, and now Kelly. Braun on the ground to short. This is Turner. And there is out number 1. Washington is without their closer. Sean Doolittle's on the DL with a foot injury. Actually, it's his left toe. Got a stress reaction in that foot, so that's a big loss for Dave Martinez. Kelvin Herrera is now closing games. He got the save yesterday. That was an acquisition from the Royals. Brandon Kinsler is a big part of their bullpen, former Brewer pitcher. Talked to Brandon before the game. Ryan Matson there talking with Herrera. So they still have some firepower in their winning version of their bullpen, but losing Doolittle is a big loss. All-star closer. Shaw's been on twice tonight against the lefty Gonzalez. Had a single, had a walk. He scored twice. Down on strikes this time. 2 outs.
Nationals bullpen's been much better this year because of Doolittle. So it's always been an area of concern for Washington, even with the great starting rotations that they've had. The bullpen has always been an area where you can touch them up a little bit. Not so much this year.
Nationals bullpen ERA is 5th best in the National League. Brewers bullpen is 3rd best. Saladino in a 2-0 count. He's had a good night at the plate. Had a double off the wall in the 2nd. Walked and scored in the 4th. Diamondbacks lead the Cubs 7-1 at Wrigley tonight. That game's in the 9th inning. Saladino pops this one up right behind the plate, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down inning for Sean Kelly. Brewers go in order in the 7th. We're headed for the 8th. It is 6-1 Milwaukee. We head to the 8th inning at Miller Park. Jhoulys Chacín pitching well. The one blemish was a home run by Daniel Murphy. Nationals had a 1-0 lead in the 2nd. Chacín then locked them down and then drove in a run that added to the lead, made it 3-1. Then Christian Yelich with a 3 RBI triple in the 6th with 2 outs. And the Brewers able to stretch that lead to 6-1 as we go to the 8th. 50 RBIs on the year for Christian Yelich. And now Brandon Woodruff back out there to start his 2nd inning. Rendon, Harper, and Zimmerman coming up for Washington. Shift is on for Rendon, who had a single his first time up. Jhoulys Chacín went 5 2/3 innings. Struck out a season-high 9. He didn't walk a batter. Only gave up the 1 run. Josh Hader came in and got the final out of the 6th inning with a strikeout.
And he knew it was going to be a short outing for Josh because a couple of days before he threw 2 innings.
Well, that was Saturday.
Yeah, and you know, important 2 batters that he faced. Soto, Murphy, 2 lefties.
Jeffress was loosening in the bullpen before that 3-run triple. That's a line shot to left. Yelich able to cut it off. A single for Rendon. And now Bryce Harper coming up. Dan Jennings has been throwing in the Brewer bullpen. Not sure how much matchup Council wants to play right now with a 5-run lead, but he is getting ready. Brewers have Jorge Lopez in the bullpen as well today. Came up for Brent Suter, who was placed on the disabled list. He's going to be out the rest of the year. A torn UCL.
Yeah, too bad for him.
Ulnar collateral ligament surgery coming, Tommy John surgery. And won't see Suter again until next season. Tough day for him. He'll be the best cheerleader he can be at this point of the year. He was having a great year too.
Yes, he was. Guys loving the clubhouse. You saw Jennings getting loose. He's probably getting loose for Soto and Murphy if they should come up in this inning.
Harper is 0 for 3. Missed with a changeup. And it's 3-0. I would guess he'd have a green light here.
Yeah, I would figure the same.
No cookies. And he walked him on 4 straight. Not a good start to the inning for Woodruff. A single and a walk, 2 men are on, nobody out, and that's got the manager pacing in the dugout.
Yeah, walks will get you out of the game quicker than hits. You got a 5-run lead. You got a pretty good offense you're dealing with. You can't be putting runners on. And first walk the Brewers have issued tonight.
Chacin had 9 strikeouts, no walks. Hader had a strikeout, no walks, and Woodruff had a clean 7th inning. Issues his first. That's the 80th walk for Bryce Harper, which leads the National League. 2 on, nobody out. Here is Zimmerman. Could flip this game quickly. A breaking ball for a strike. Woodruff, Freddie Peralta, Corbin Burns. Bright future in the starting rotation with those 3. And the kid in Double-A, Zach Brown, who is lighting it up in Biloxi this year.
Yeah, a lot of guys, you know, getting a lot of innings for the Brewers that the Brewers didn't figure they would this year. A lot of injuries. They performed well.
I love the way the Brewers are bringing up these minor league starters, bringing them up as relievers and pitching in some leverage innings too. Big moments for him. There's a bouncing ball. Woodruff's got it. Fired to second. Out there. Throw to first. A double play. Quick reaction by Brandon Woodruff. And starts a 1-4-3 double play.
Got it right off the end of the bat. Good play by Woodruff. And the rest is just routine. Zimmerman doesn't run all that well. There's a big double play for the Brew Crew.
Craig Counsell taking no chances. He is going to take the ball from Woodruff, bring on a left-hander to face Juan Soto. Inning in 2/3 for Brandon Woodruff tonight. And a pitching change at Miller Park. Counsell's going to play matchup. play here in the 8th inning. Brewers have 4 outs to get, and now Dan Jennings to face Juan Soto with 2 away and a runner at third base.
Yeah, pitched yesterday against the Dodgers and had a scoreless inning. He gave up a hit and a walk. You see Jennings' numbers. He's been a nice find for the Brewers. He's done good work out of that bullpen. 335 earned run average in game number 48. He's had a lot of work.
That's Rendon at third. He started the inning with a single. And Juan Soto coming up. Soto reached on an infield hit off Hader in the 6th inning. A little swinging bunt, little tapper in front of the plate. And then Hader struck out the next hitter, Murphy. Got back-to-back lefties here, and Soto takes a strike from Jennings. Even though Soto has good numbers against left-handed pitching, Counsell certainly likes Jennings' effectiveness against left-handed hitting. And as you start drifting into a pennant race, let your mind go to a potential postseason. Jennings is going to have to get out the big lefties. That's going to be his #1 priority.
And he's been used a lot. 48 appearances. That leads the Brewers. Jeremy Jeffress not far behind.
And not just a situational left-hander this year. This is his 48th appearance, but he's got 48 in the 3rd innings. Tampa Bay kind of had him pegged as a situational left-hander, as did the Marlins. There's been more than that. Little jam shot, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Counsell doesn't believe in that 1 in and out. Not often.
He will in the postseason if they get there.
Absolutely.
But in
Got
the
a
regular
long way to
season,
go before that.
Yeah, manage it differently. The 48 games for Jennings is 3rd most in the major leagues. Most of those pitchers on that list are left-handed or situational type guys.
Right. A couple of batters and out.
1 ball, 2 strikes, trying to shake Soto. 2 outs in the 8th. Brewers lead 6-1. And Jennings deals and strikes him out. He got him with a breaking ball. Inning is over. The matchup pays off. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Brewers lead by 5.
Brewers out in front 6-1, bottom of the 8th to go, and some badly needed offense to match some good pitching seems to be the key here tonight. It's been a while, that's for sure, but the Brewers will take this right now, trying to finish things out. Getting set for Brewers Live postgame presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. How about Christian Yelich, another triple? This guy's got 15 RBIs over his last 12 games. Chacin, a season high, 9 strikeouts. We'll hear from the manager, Craig Counsell, plus postgame reaction. Sophia's set to do some on-field interviews as well on the postgame show coming up in moments from Nelly's Corner. BA.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. Looking forward to that. Craig Counsell with 3 defensive outs to get. 6-1 the score. A 3 RBI triple with 2 outs in the 6th inning by Yelich. The breakthrough moment tonight. Brandon Kinsler is on the mound for the Nats, the former Brewer, and then went to the Twins, ended up as their closer, traded to Washington. They returned to Miller Park for Kinsler.
Yep, he's been with the Nationals 2 different times. 42nd appearance, 372. The earned run average. Big time ground ball pitcher when he's got it working. There's that 2-seam fastball. Good sinker.
Cubs lost tonight. That game has gone final at Wrigley. Arizona 7-1 over Chicago. 2 position players pitched in that game for the Cubs. Caratini and Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo pitched a 1/3 of an inning in that game. That's risky, isn't it? Have your star.
Yeah.
Bring in the lefty. Must have been a matchup for Joe Madden.
Remember Jose Canseco blew out his arm doing that?
I do remember that. Rangers have had 2 position players pitch tonight. Texas is losing 15-3 against Oakland at home. Ryan Rua and Carlos Tochi have both pitched for Texas. The Brewers had 2 position players pitch yesterday.
Amazing, isn't it?
Perez on the ground. Perez was one of those pitchers yesterday.
The way things have changed in baseball. I mean, teams not willing to go to their bullpen in games like that, and they have 7, 8 guys down there.
Save them. Playing the percentages.
I was going through some stuff, and the time that I was with the Brewers, 83 to 88, not once did a position player pitch.
So when I asked you, had you ever pitched in a game or caught a position player?
I didn't remember. I know I didn't pitch, but
you said, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true.
And you were right.
Yeah. And that's back in the days. And I get, you know, I usually don't, start sentences like that, but
it was frowned upon.
Yeah, I mean,
to have a position player.
Well,
pitch.
no, you say I don't never like to say back when I played, but there was 5 relievers and 5 starters. Now, I mean, you have 7, 8, sometimes 9 relievers, and they're still throwing position players out there. There's something to chew on.
I'm sure they would love to pitch those pitchers down there. It's the adults that don't let them pitch.
Yeah.
The grown-ups ruin everything. Right, kids? That's what my daughter tells me.
In those 6 years, not once did that happen. I know there were some blowouts out there. I mean, there were some big leads, big deficits. Just didn't happen.
1-2 to Eric Kratz. And that is driven deep center field. Harper makes the catch. Running catch by Bryce Harper for out number 2. I thought Eric Kratz had the highlight of the day yesterday for the Brewers in a lackluster performance. Eric Kratz threw a knuckleball that was impressive. I was entertained. This is the knuckleball. Check this out. Eric Kratz with the Philly Crow
does not rotate one time as it gets to home plate. I don't believe I've ever seen that. I mean, check that out.
I love it.
I mean, that's an amazing knuckleball. Good shot by Pena to catch it.
You know what? That was amazing camera work is what that was.
Is that Dwayne?
That was. I think it was Dwayne.
That shouldn't surprise you with
Yeah,
Dwayne.
he's lacking in a lot of other areas in his life, but he is a fantastic camera operator. And he married well. Here's Brad Miller pinch hitting. Well, if you're losing big and you don't want to waste pitchers, bring in position players. There he is. Dwayne Wayne. Pay attention, Dwayne. Going to see more of it, I think. I mean, we're already seeing more of it, but I think it's.
I'm not saying it's good,
It's a
bad,
real
or
thing.
indifferent. I'm just saying how things have changed.
He's just making an
I'm just
observation.
making an observation. No value judgments here.
You know, back when I played in the snow, uphill.
Yeah, we literally did. New Jersey
That's true.
in March.
County Stadium in April.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem anymore. That's a strike called on the inside corner. And that is the inning. To the ninth we go. Nick Lynn says, I've had enough. Ninth inning, Miller Park, Milwaukee on a Monday night. Nearly 27,000 on hand to see this one. They're still dancing a little bit. 3 outs to get. Brewers trying to get back in the win column. Cubs lost tonight, so the Brewers could get within 2.5 games of the division leading Cubs. Jacob Barnes on to pitch the ninth, trying to make it a clean ninth inning and save the rest of the bullpen. Get ready for tomorrow night's game 2 against Washington.
Yep, got the bottom half of the Nationals order due up. Pitched yesterday against the Dodgers. Scoreless inning.
Daniel Murphy leads off. He is responsible for the lone Nationals run. A home run in the second inning gave the Nats the lead. Hit that home run off Chacin, who was otherwise brilliant tonight. Only 2 hits allowed for Chacin, struck out 9, did not walk a batter. Season high for Ks for Jolis. Ground ball, the shift is on, and that's a nice big hop for Saladino for out number 1. Brewers will get Junior Guerra back from the DL tomorrow. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Guerra against Jeremy Hellickson, who's pitched well for Washington. Had some time on the disabled list. Airtime is 6:30 tomorrow, right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Game 3 of the series is Wednesday afternoon. And that'll be Freddie Peralta and Tanner Roark. All smiles for Junior. Brief stay on the disabled list. Guerra's been out with a right forearm injury. Eric Daines expected back off the DL tomorrow. Been out with a hamstring injury. Daines has missed 6 games, 7 tonight. He and Guerra went on the DL the same day, July 14th.
Maybe nice to get that bat back in the lineup.
Be curious to see the lineup tomorrow. You figure Aguilar's coming back.
I see Thames out and right.
Maybe Braun gets a day off.
Yep, you saw, you know, he was working pretty hard out there in right field with Thames before the game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Managers always have to make that decision on when to work through a slump and when to rest through a slump. You got to try to figure out, it's on an individual basis too, who needs work, who needs rest. Brewers went through a really tough stretch. They played 21 games in 20 days. All-Star break couldn't come at a better time for Milwaukee. Losing 6 in a row on the way into the break. Dropped 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers, but you're hoping with that valley comes the peak, and the Brewers are trying to get hot here, like the Pittsburgh Pirates, who won their 10th consecutive game tonight. They shut out Cleveland tonight.
Yeah, they've been swinging the bats. Pitching's been good. Playing like they did at the beginning of the season.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Trey Turner. And did he go? Yes, he did. A strikeout for out number 2. Turner's 0 for 4. Tough night for him.
Yeah, Jacob Barnes with a good cut fastball. It's been a good pitch lately. He's been throwing a lot of them. That's a difference maker for him. When he's got that working, he's usually going to have a good outing. When it's not and he's leaving it down the middle or missing with it, guy just sitting all over the fastball.
That's down to their last out. Here is Matt Wieters. A Christian Yelich 3 RBI triple in the 6th inning gave the Brewers some separation and able to go another game without having to use Jeffress or Corey Knebel. They'll be ready to roll tomorrow. One ball, 1 strike. That one misses low. Brewers are in a stretch here where coming out of the All-Star break they play 17 days without an off day. But then they start to stack up some off days the rest of the season. That's actually, they can survive this window here as they go to San Francisco and LA and then home against the red hot Rockies. Schedule is going to turn in their favor. But this is a significant window right now.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Nationals, Giants, Dodgers again, Rockies. all contending teams.
Always difficult to go out to the West Coast.
That's 2 4-game series on the West Coast. That is a strike. 3-2 the count.
Well, they do a lot of that, don't they? My goodness. Been doing it all night. Down and in with a cutter.
Down to their last strike. Barnes trying to put him away. Full count, 2 outs in the ninth. And that's low, ball 4. Not over yet. Matt Adams is going to pinch hit. That's what the schedule looks like. Those 2 4-game series on the West Coast. Giants and Dodgers. Giants certainly in the wild card picture.
That last game in LA, a night game. Brewers have a night game against Colorado the very next day. That's going to be an early arrival for the team.
Here's Matt Adams. And Kratz on his way to the mound. Just a friendly reminder that it's a 5-run lead.
It's been all cut fastballs. I mean, he's got a really good fastball, you know, upper 90s. Hasn't been using it a whole lot. And a lot of cutters. He's lost some confidence in that heater.
Matt Adams has had a great year. That's a tough bat to have on the bench if you're Dave Martinez. Zimmerman got the start at first tonight. Adams has an OPS of 928, 16 homers this year. Big slugging percentage for Matt Adams. Got to figure he's in the lineup tomorrow.
The fact that Zimmerman was at first base probably cost the Nationals 3 runs.
Zimmerman's first start at first base since coming back from the DL. They're a little bit landlocked over there with Adams and Reynolds and Zimmerman. 2-1 the count. Right off the end of the bat. Barnes trying to get to it, and he'll roll foul. 2-2 now. Corey Knebel getting loose just in case. Lightly tossing.
2 get on, it becomes a save opportunity.
Two and 2 the count. Adams hits it high and deep to center. And Kane's got it to end the game. Brewers win tonight. They beat the Nationals 6-1. Shaking hands at Miller Park once again. And to 57-45 go the Brewers, 2.5 back of the Chicago Cubs. Jhoulys Chacín picks up the win. That's his 9th. Gio Gonzalez the loss. And another big game by Christian Yelich. He drives in 3 with a triple in the 6th inning. Time for Brewers Live. We check in with Craig Kashawn down in Nelly's Corner. Take it away, Craig.
All right, BA, everything lining up nicely for the Brewers here tonight. Very good starting pitching, good relief pitching, and the very timely hitting. They win without a home run. We'll go over it, get you set for Guerra's comeback as well, and hear from the manager all next on Brewers Live.